The Denver Nuggets eased past the Miami Heat to take Game 1 of the NBA Finals from Ball Arena on Thursday night. Nikola Jokic led his side to the series opening win with another triple-double performance in a 27-point night in 104-93 victory from Denver. Gordon exploits mismatch. Any questions of Denver having to shake off some rust after a 4-game sweep of the Lakers left them with a week off were answered in the opening minutes. One team looked like the side that were coming off a big break, and the other looked like they had just come off a grueling 7-game series. Denver came out of a gate looking like a team that was ready for the bright lights of the NBA Finals despite making their first appearance on the big stage in franchise history. It didn't hurt that they started the series at home, a place where they came into the night winning each of their 8 previous games in the postseason. It wasn't Nikola Jokic or Jamal Murray who got the Nuggets rolling out of the gate. It was Aaron Gordon who presented a mismatch nightmare for the Miami defense. He had 12 points in the opening quarter and the Nuggets scored 20 points in the paint while Miami struggled to find open looks early on. Butler, role players struggle in Game 1. Jamal Murray came to life in the second quarter and an early 3-pointer put the home side up by double digits. They would keep a 10-plus point cushion for almost the entire rest of the night. Murray went to half with 18 and Nikola Jokic had a double-double at the end of 2 quarters as the Nuggets stretched the halftime lead to 17. Aside from Bam Adebayo, the Miami Heat could do absolutely nothing on the offensive end against a Denver team that isn't known for being a defensive juggernaut. Adebayo had 26 points after a dreadful last few games in the Eastern Conference Finals, but Jimmy Butler went 6/14 for just 13 points in Game 1 from the Mile High City. The Heat have ridden their stars to the finals, but they have needed their role players to step up all postseason, but Max Strus and Caleb Martin failed to show up. They went a combined 1/17 from the field for a total of 3 points. Jokic with 9th playoff triple-double. Bruce Brown gave some valuable minutes off the bench in the third quarter and helped the lead stretch to 21 as the Heat scored just 1 basket in the final 4 minutes of the quarter. Miami made an 11-0 run to start the fourth, but couldn't cut the lead to less than 9 points as Nikola Jokic wrapped up a late rebound to post his record-setting 9th triple-double this postseason with 27, 10 and 14 assists. Murray ended the game with 26 and Gordon had 15 while Michael Porter Jr. chipped in 14. The Miami Heat will now have to regroup and try to steal one in Denver, but it's not going to be easy against a team that has yet to lose at home this postseason. Game 2 from Ball Arena is set for Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Nikola Jokic got a triple-double in his NBA Finals debut. Jamal Murray scored 26 points and the Denver Nuggets had little trouble with the cold-shooting Miami Heat on the way to a 104-93 win in Game 1 on Thursday. The 2-time NBA MVP finished with 27 points, 14 assists and 10 rebounds for the Nuggets, who waited 47 years to make the finals and didn't disappoint. Aaron Gordon added 16 points and Michael Porter Jr. scored 14 for Denver, which trailed for all of 34 seconds and eventually led by as many as 24. Bam Adebayo finished with 26 points and 13 rebounds for Miami, which shot 41% for the game, 33% from 3-point range. Gabe Vincent scored 19, Haywood Highsmith had 18 and Jimmy Butler added 13 for the Heat. Game 2 is in Denver on Monday morning. Associated Press. "I think that's what the beauty of this team is," Murray said. "We have so many different weapons and so many different looks. You've got to guard everybody. Free-flowing, and it's a lot of fun." The Heat had been 3-0 in openers so far in these playoffs, all on the road, but Denver is still unbeaten at home. Game 1 winners in the finals go on to win the title nearly 70% of the time. Advantage, Nuggets. "That was one of my last messages to the group before our game," Nuggets coach Michael Malone said. "I reminded our group, if they didn't know, that Miami went into Milwaukee and won Game 1. They went into the Garden in New York City and won Game 1. They won Game 1 up in Boston. So, we did not want them coming in here taking control of the series on our court. Jokic was the one in control. The two-time NBA MVP finished with 27 points, 14 assists and 10 rebounds for the Nuggets, who waited 47 years to make the finals and didn't disappoint. The most important thing is to win a game, Jokic said after his 9th triple-double of this year's playoffs, his 6th in his last 7 games. I'm trying to win a game in any possible way. Aaron Gordon added 16 points and Michael Porter Jr. scored 14 for Denver, which trailed for all of 34 seconds and eventually led by as many as 24. Bam Adebayo finished with 26 points and 13 rebounds for Miami, which shot 41% for the game, 33% from three-point range. Gabe Vincent scored 19, Haywood Highsmith had 18 and Jimmy Butler added 13 for the Heat. Miami was 2 for 2 from the foul line, a night like none other in NBA playoff history. It tied the fewest free throws ever made in a playoff game, broke the record for fewest attempts from the line in a playoff game, the previous record was 3, and set NBA Finals records for fewest free throws made and attempted. The Los Angeles Lakers had the previous marks there, going 3 for 5 from the line against Philadelphia on May 26, 1983. We've got to attack the rim a lot more, myself included, Butler said. Added Adebayo, tongue firmly in cheek, we made history. Game 2 is in Denver on Sunday night. Miami opened the fourth quarter on an 11-0 run, cutting an 84-63 deficit to start the final period down to 84-74. The Heat actually got within 9 on a three-pointer by Highsmith with 2:34 left, but no closer, and there wasn't any doubt, either. It's a long series, Vincent said. First to 4 wins. Adjustments will be made. And we will learn from this loss. Malone gave his team a pop quiz and shoot-around Thursday morning, peppering them with questions about the game plan and what had to be done in the most important game to date in franchise history. They had all the answers then. Had them all at game time, too. They were the team with minimal NBA Finals experience, only 2 players having been to the title round before, and yet they looked right at home before the home crowd in Game 1. We were ready, Denver guard Bruce Brown said. Jokic became the second player in the last 25 years, LeBron James was the other, in 2017, to have 10 assists by halftime of a finals game. He had 10 points and 10 assists by the break, and Denver was up 59-42 after the first 2 quarters, with Jokic taking only 3 shots. I don't need to shoot and I know I don't need to score to affect the game, Jokic said. Meanwhile, the Heat just couldn't shoot. At all. Or at least, not until Denver was too far ahead to catch. Caleb Martin, who narrowly missed out on winning the MVP award of the Eastern Conference Finals, was 1 for 7. And Max Strus was 0 for 10, 0 for 9 on three-pointers, and became just the second player in the last 45 years to take that many shots without a make in a finals game. The other, somewhat surprisingly, Ray Allen, a past Heat Finals hero who was 0 for 13 for Boston against the Los Angeles Lakers in 2010. I didn't even look at the box score yet, but like I said, I think the disposition, the efforts were more appropriate in the second half, Heat coach Erik Spoelstra said. But that's not enough. It has to be for a full game, and you also have to make some plays when you're beat.